I cried in the salon chair once, looking at a pixie cut I asked for and instantly hated. Not because it was badly cut. Because nobody warned me what a pixie actually demands from you after the scissors stop. Today I'm walking you through the 7 pixie cut mistakes I see women over 60 make constantly, and exactly how to fix each one before your next appointment or right after this one. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and the best fixes for women over 50, so you get real results fast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Mistake number 1. Going too short on the first cut. Most women don't realize the biggest pixie regret has nothing to do with the cut itself. It's the length they picked the very first time. Stylists have a name for it privately, the panic cut, because a woman walks in nervous, says just take it all off, and walks out with barely anything to work with for months. You've maybe felt this. That moment in the chair when you watch inch after inch fall and think, wait, that's shorter than I meant. Here's the fix, and it's the exact sentence to use with your stylist. Cut it in stages. Leave me 1 inch more than you think I want. That single line changes the entire experience. It gives your stylist room to shape around your face without committing to the shortest version on day 1. A pixie grown in stages lets you and your stylist read how your hair actually falls, where your cowlicks sit, how your face shape responds to length at the temple and nape. Information you simply cannot get from a single aggressive cut. The mechanism is simple. Hair that's cut in one dramatic pass locks you into one shape with zero flexibility for 6 to 8 weeks. Hair left slightly longer at the first appointment gives your stylist, and you, a second pass to correct anything that doesn't sit right, refine the taper, adjust the fringe, without waiting out a full grow-out cycle. You get 2 chances to get it right instead of 1. I talked to a woman named Carol who told me she'd done the take it all off cut 3 times over the years. And every single time she regretted it by week 2. The 4th time, her stylist talked her into the staged approach. She said it was the first pixie she didn't want to hide under a hat for a month. The snapback here is real. Women who cut in stages report feeling like the pixie was actually chosen for them, not imposed on them. That's the difference between a haircut you're recovering from and one you're wearing with your shoulders back. Before, haircut razor short in a single aggressive pass, no room to adjust. After, haircut in careful stages, shaped over 2 visits, giving her full control over the final result. That's mistake number 1 solved. Mistake number 2 is sneakier, because it happens weeks after you leave the chair, and it's the reason so many pixies look off by the 1-month mark. Mistake number 2, skipping the 4-week trim schedule. Here's something almost nobody tells first-time pixie women. This cut has an expiration date built in, and it's shorter than you think. A bob can drift for 2 months and still look intentional. A pixie starts looking accidental by week 5. That's not an opinion, that's just how short layers grow, unevenly, at different rates around the crown, nape, and temples, until the whole shape softens into something that reads more overgrown than styled. The fix is a calendar entry, not a style choice. Book your next trim before you leave the salon, dated exactly 4 weeks out. Say this to your stylist. Can we set my next appointment now, for weeks from today, so the shape doesn't drift? Most salons will do this without hesitation, and it removes the guesswork of, is it time yet, that lets so many women drift to 6 or 7 weeks without noticing. Why 4 weeks specifically? Pixie cuts rely on precise negative space, the exact amount of skin showing at the nape, the sharpness of the line above the ear, the crispness of the fringe edge. All 3 of those grow out at different speeds. By week 4, the nape has usually softened just enough to blur the shape without yet looking bad, which is exactly why so many women miss the window. It's not a dramatic decline. It's a quiet one. A woman named Diane told me she used to treat her pixie trims like a when I remember appointment. She'd go 6 weeks, sometimes 7. She said the compliments she used to get in week 1 had completely stopped by week 5, and she didn't understand why until her stylist explained the shape had softened without her noticing day to day. Once she moved to strict 4-week bookings, she said people started commenting again, every single time, like clockwork. Mistake number 3. Ignoring your cowlick pattern. There's a second mistake that often travels alongside the trim issue, and it's about working with your hair's natural growth pattern instead of against it. Most women over 60 have at least one strong cowlick, usually at the crown or nape, and most pixie cuts fail specifically because the stylist cut against that pattern instead of with it. The fix is a two-word request. Cut wet, style dry. Ask your stylist to cut the shape wet, then blow it fully dry and styled before you leave the chair. Never dry cut alone. Never leave without seeing the finished styled result. This lets both of you catch exactly how your cowlick pushes the hair and adjust the cut in real time, rather than discovering the problem 3 days later in your own bathroom mirror with no one there to fix it. Before, crown hair fighting upward against a cut that ignored the growth pattern, sticking out no matter how it's styled. After, the same crown cut with the pattern, lying smooth and intentional, requiring almost no daily fuss. That's 2 mistakes down. The third one is about something even simpler than growth patterns. It's about the one product decision most women get completely backwards. Mistake number 4. Using the wrong product weight. Almost every pixie disaster I hear about traces back to one bottle in the bathroom cabinet. Women reach for the same heavy mousse or thick pomade they used on longer hair for decades, not realizing that short hair physics work completely differently. What lifts and holds long hair just weighs a pixie flat against the scalp. And flat is the one thing this cut cannot survive. The fix is specific, and it's the exact phrase to use at the salon or the beauty counter. I need a lightweight texturizing paste, not a mousse or gel. Texturizing paste is formulated to build texture and separation without adding weight. A pea-sized amount worked through damp hair at the roots, not the ends, is enough for an entire pixie. Mousse and gel are built for volume and hold on longer hair, and on short hair they compress the very lift a pixie depends on. The mechanism matters here. Short hair has far less length to counterbalance product weight. On long hair, half an inch of extra weight near the root is invisible by the time it reaches the ends. On a pixie, that same half inch of weight is the entire hairstyle. There's nowhere else for the weight to go, so it just sits there, pressing the shape flat by midday. A woman named Ruth told me she'd been using the same volumizing mousse for 15 years, straight through her transition to a pixie, and couldn't understand why her cut looked full and alive at 8 a.m. and completely deflated by noon. She switched to a lightweight paste on her stylist's advice, and said it was the first time her pixie looked the same walking out the door as it did 4 hours later at lunch. The snapback is immediate and visible. The right product means your pixie holds its shape through an entire day, not just the first hour after styling. That's the difference between a haircut that photographs well once and one that actually works as your real, everyday hair. Before, hair styled with heavy mousse, flattened and lifeless by mid-morning. After, the same cut styled with lightweight paste, textured and full hours later. Product weight solved. Now for a mistake that has nothing to do with products and everything to do with what happens the moment you step outside into wind, humidity, or rain. Mistake number 5. No weatherproofing plan. Here's a fact that surprises most women. A pixie is actually more weather-resistant than long hair, not less, but only if it's set up correctly, and almost nobody sets it up correctly. Long hair can absorb humidity and just go a little wavy or flat. A pixie with no weatherproofing plan goes from styled to shapeless in the time it takes to walk from your car to the front door. The fix is a single product addition, and the exact phrase to ask for is a lightweight finishing spray with humidity resistance, not a heavy hold hairspray. Applied at the very end of styling, a light mist locks the texture you already built without adding stiffness or shine. It creates a barrier against moisture in the air without weighing the shape down the way a heavier hairspray would. Why this works specifically for short hair. A pixie's shape depends entirely on individual pieces holding separation from each other. Humidity causes hair to swell slightly and lose that separation. So pieces that were once distinct start merging into a single flat mass. A humidity-resistant finishing spray keeps each piece independently defined. So even in damp or windy conditions, the shape holds its structure instead of collapsing into itself. A woman named Pat told me she nearly gave up on her pixie entirely after a single humid summer, convinced the cut just didn't work for her climate. Her stylist introduced her to a lightweight finishing spray, applied in 10 seconds after her normal routine, and she said it was the first time she left the house in July without immediately regretting the cut by the time she reached her mailbox. Mistake number 6. Over-relying on heat styling. The second mistake tucked into this part is one born from good intentions. Using a blow dryer and round brush every single day to force volume that the cut should be creating on its own. Daily aggressive heat styling on already short hair speeds up dryness and breakage faster than almost any other habit, leaving the ends brittle within a matter of months. The fix, and the phrase to bring to your next appointment. Cut this shape so it air dries with texture, not just when blow dried. A well-cut pixie is designed to fall into shape with minimal heat. A proper cut does most of the styling work before you ever pick up a dryer. Reserve the blow dryer for 2 or 3 times a week, letting hair air dry with a light paste worked through on the other days. Before, hair forced into shape daily with high heat, ends visibly dry and brittle. After, the same cut air dried with light paste, holding shape naturally with healthier texture. 2 more mistakes handled. What's coming next might be the one that surprises you most, because it's not about the hair at all. It's about the one question almost nobody thinks to ask before they even sit down in the chair. Mistake number 7. Not matching the cut to your face's current shape. This last one is the mistake that undoes everything else. And it's the one nobody warns you about because it has nothing to do with hair texture or product. It's about the fact that your face shape at 65 is not the same as it was at 35, and a pixie cut chosen from an old photo or an old idea of your face will fight against the face you actually have now. The fix is a single sentence that reorients the entire consultation. Cut this for my face as it is today, not for a photo I'm bringing in. Ask your stylist to actually assess your current jawline, cheek fullness, and forehead height before finalizing length and fringe placement. Rather than replicating a reference photo pulled from years ago, or from someone else's face entirely. Here's the mechanism. As we age, soft tissue naturally settles lower on the face, jawlines soften, and cheek volume shifts. A pixie cut with fringe or length calibrated for an angular younger jawline can end up emphasizing exactly the areas a woman wants softened, while a cut calibrated for her current face shape does the opposite. It draws the eye upward toward the eyes and cheekbones, and softens the lower face naturally through strategic length and movement at the jaw. A woman named Linda told me she brought in the same reference photo for 3 consecutive pixie cuts over 4 years. A photo of herself from her 50s, and every time walked out feeling like something was slightly wrong without being able to name it. Her stylist finally set the photo aside and cut based purely on her face as it was that day. Linda said it was the first pixie in years that made people ask what she'd changed, even though nothing about her had changed except the haircut finally matching her. The snapback is the whole point of this list. A pixie cut chosen for your current face doesn't just look better in photos. It changes how people read your whole expression, because the shape is finally working with your bone structure instead of against an outdated blueprint. Before, a pixie cut styled from an outdated reference photo, fringe and length working against her current jawline. After, the same length recut around her actual current face shape, drawing the eye up and softening the jaw naturally. That's all 7 mistakes handled, from the very first cut to the reference photo that started it all. You now know exactly what separates a pixie that ages you from one that makes people stop and ask what you did. The staged cut, the 4-week schedule, the cowlick-aware styling, the right product weight, weatherproofing, air drying, and cutting for your face as it is today, not as it was. That's not luck. That's a plan. Tell me in the comments, which of these 7 mistakes have you been making without realizing it? Next week I'm breaking down the exact words to use with your colorist so gray grow out never looks patchy again. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.